Well, you know what time it is. It's time for Nakayama Festa in real life lore video essay. Yay! You guys have been asking for this, so here we are. But first, make sure to support the original video. And second, massive thanks to Anonymous for requesting and funding this video on sponsor. Link to the pin if you want to request a video yourself to skip the queue. Now let's get started.
At this moment.
1999 G1.
2 years before, when Ninomiya first received this timid call, he could never have imagined what's happening in front of him. That horse, El Condor Pasa, would go on to represent Japan at the peak of European racing, entering as a favorite against the best of Europe, and finishing a good second in the arc. It was at that moment, a dream was etched into the very soul of Japanese racing. And it was also at this moment, Ninomiya felt a quiet premonition that one day, he will return to this land.
Oh, dang. He had
Once
that kind
during
of
a visit to America,
sense, huh?
Ninomiya fell ill and was confined to his hotel room. At the time, the horse owner Izumi Shinichi heard about this. Despite two men had never met, Izumi asked his daughter Nobuko to send care to this fellow Japanese. The next day, as Izumi prepared to go back to Japan, Ninomiya came down to the lobby to see him off and thank for everything he did. That simple exchange marked the beginning of a bond. For Izumi family, this was just a small, unremarkable kindness, but it was this small, tiny kindness. Ninomiya would return the gratitude in an unthinkable way. Izumi Shinichi,
I feel like he probably also did that because, one, he's a fellow Japanese in like a foreign land. So they probably felt some level of what's the word? Oh, kinship. Kinship. What is this, a relationship? No. I mean kinship with him because not only are they the same ethnicity, but also they're, connected to horses for their career, and maybe for him it's a hobby too. But maybe because of that, he felt like he wanted to help him out, especially since he did get sick, which I think is sweet. I mean, it's also a reflection of how most people are, especially when you go to another country and you meet someone who, like, let's say you immigrated there, then usually you would want to migrate and you would end up socializing with others that are like you, which means same ethnicity and things like that. That can be like a nice thing, especially when you want to be able to blend into society as much as you can, but it also gets in the way of you being able to actually acclimate yourself in a foreign place as well as you would want to. Thankfully, in this case, it's not really about immigration, it's just visiting, but I do feel like it's a similar type of emotion or thought process on why he showed that kind of kindness.
season owner, in fact almost 50 long years, he still had not had a G1 horse. Later in an auction, Ninomiya picked up a colt for him.
Wait, is this guy, was he in Europe when he asked that, or... Okay, maybe I could have probably misunderstood the whole thing, but if he did live in Europe or was there at the time, then it makes sense. But if he was in Japan and asked his daughter to do that, then that's quite something.
Colt's pedigree is fascinating. His female line has produced notable G1 horses in both Japan and America, and if you look deeper into it, you will see one name repeatedly: Rebo, who was the greatest horse of the 20th century. If you ask Americans, many will say Secretariat. But if you go to Europe, you're going to hear this name a lot. How great was Rebo? 16 star, 16 win, 2 times arc winner. Still holds the largest winning margin in the arc. After retirement, Rebo was sent to the US for stud. At the international level, he became one of the most influential sires. Because his value was too high, no insurance company would underwrite the risk to transport him back to Europe, so Rebo stayed in the US entirely. That said, many believe if he was in Europe, his impact would be even greater, since much of his progeny were better suited to European racing conditions, not all adapted ideally to American training system. And
oh, that kind of makes me feel a bit sad that he had to be sent to America. Like, why was there like a particular strong reason why he had to go to America? Was it just like, oh, highest bid gets the stud basically, or is it more along the lines of like, oh, we just don't want to have him here anymore. It doesn't really sound like that, so I'm kind of confused as to why he had to go to America instead of staying in Europe. Unless like Europe has like a different system as to why they can't keep the horses there.
This is the
But
name
still.
you will find from this cult. But there is still a question. Why did Ninomiya choose a stay-go child? There are several rumors. Some say it was because of the cheap Sunday Silence bloodline. Others suggest it was because stay-go's progeny were known for having long careers. Even if they did not become elite, they still earned back their purchase. But
I guess
among the
Natsun's
rumors, one reason
career is
was
good for
constant.
that.
He was cheap. The hammer fell at 10 million yen. It was a low price, although I've shown the respectful side of his pedigree. In truth, this was not a fashionable pedigree to Japanese mainstream. Stego was also a
sad.
cheap stallion at the time. How cheap was this price? To put it in perspective, a G3 victory would cover 3 times the purchase. 10 million means nobody gave this horse any sort of chance. Owner easily seems he also did not care too much for him. Instead, he gifted the horse to his daughter Nobuko. The colt was then given his name, Nakayama Festa, a meaning for
Poor Nakayama
celebration
Festa.
to come. But the trainer apparently, no, definitely did not feel that celebration. Nakayama clearly inherited his father's golden spirit, incooperative,
Oh, boy.
resisting, unwilling to run. But Nakayama's 2-year-old season was actually pretty smooth, winning an upset in his first stake and finished second by a neck in the following. Just in 2 years old, he already earned 4 times the price he was bought.
That's not bad.
This was also his limit.
ダノンカモンしかし3番手まで内をついて3
Oh.
単独3番手に上がって前の2頭を追っているが中山フェスタ抜けてゴールイン
In horse
Oh.
racing, losing is what's really, really normal. Nakayama began to struggle like many other ordinary. However, Nobuko did not care about this at all. She didn't care if Nakayama would ever be great, didn't mind if he actually obeyed training.
You know, in a sense, I kind of feel like Nakayama Festa had a good owner because she didn't care so much. And because of that, Nakayama Festa doesn't have as much like pressure to earn his value because, you know, the type of owner that she is. Obviously, to many, like, you should, you know, be the best that you can be. But I feel like, in a way, if Nakayama Festa was an actual person, I think she would have been pretty happy, or he would have been pretty happy with an owner or, you know, a parent like her.
She simply found this horse so adorable.
Yeah!
Even more, Nobuko thought this horse was able to understand her, so she would visit the stable frequently.
That's so
feeding him
cute!
and whispering to him. And Nakayama would wait at his door, expecting
Aww,
Nobuko to come.
that's
But
so
racing
cute.
standard, Nakayama was a fortunate horse.
Yeah!
In this sport, everyone wants to win more, to become a legend and define an era. But he had someone who treated him like family.
Yeah, that's the best.
Everything was about to point south.
Oh. No.
Nakayama was later beaten in the Sasuke show decisively, managed a good 4th place in the heavy ground of Derby, but after that, Nakayama was just bad. With one exceptional win, nearly every other races ended in double-digit finishes. Fans were confused. What happened to Nakayama Festa? How could a horse once be so decent drop off so drastically? But Nakayama had always been a volatile horse. And around this time, Nobuko Izumi stopped visiting him. After the long-awaited win before Kikasho, Nakayama would pace anxiously in his stall, waiting for Nobuko to visit him for the victory. But she never showed up.
Why?
Became more anxious. Training became increasingly difficult. Has Nobuko forgotten him? Has she not loved him anymore? But meanwhile, Nobuko had been diagnosed
Oh,
with
that's
late-stage
why.
cancer. Aware that her time was near, she chose to travel to her favorite country, France. Not long after, she passed away.
No.
Her father, now 83 years old, inherited all her property in grief, which included Nakayama Festa.
I mean, couldn't they have at least like brought like a part of her so that, you know, he could grieve too? Man.
The training team understood if Nakayama's
No
situation
wonder.
continued, he might not be able to compete. With the ownership transfer, they decided to inform Izumi Shinichi, and after knowing Nakayama would go rage because Nobuko wasn't seeing him, Izumi, who was still grieving for loss, was deeply moved. Please let him live happily, just as my daughter would have wanted. That day forward, he would bring other family members to Nakayama. They spoke to him, spent time with him, interacted with him the way Nobuko once had. Gradually, Nakayama, as if he understood something, began to calm down. Trainer Ninomiya later reflected that 2010 was the only year Nakayama truly accepted his training.
No, I'm gonna cry. It makes me so sad. It makes me wonder if my cats would be like that too.
On April 24th, the Metropolitan Stakes, Nakayama won convincingly. Shortly after, Nakayama was registered for the ARC. From any rational perspective, it was a gamble. How difficult is the arc for Japan? Looking at the record past and future, finishing in double digits becomes normal. At the time, despite countless of the most elite were sent, only El Condor Pasa managed to finish within single digit.
Dang, El Condor Pasa, you're so amazing.
Would think this horse was invincible, resulting in the most painful chapter in Japanese racing. People began to say, if a horse like Deep Impact was not able to win, then Japan will never win the ARC. Indeed,
Dang, to that degree?
Just won convincingly, but this race was only an open class event. It was hard not to question this decision. Why would you register him to the ARC? This was indeed a gamble. But to Nobuko, France was her favorite country.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Her passing, she had one simple wish: to see Nakayama stand on the turf of France. For the promise of Nobuko, for his human mother who loved him more than anyone, Nakayama had to stand on Longchamp regardless of having a result or not. In June 2010, Nakayama earned his place in the Takarazuka Kine. Before the race, much of the attention centered on the matchup between Buena Vista, the daughter of Special Week, and Ernest.
That's the daughter of Special Week.
Wonder, a matchup that evoked memories of the golden generation. Meanwhile, Stay Go's son Dream Journey also posed a threat if he was informed. For them, this was a happy
face.
But for Nakayama Festa, it was more than just that. Traditionally, the Takarazuka Kinen Trophy is presented by the members of the Takarazuka Review. In life, Nobuko was a devoted fan of the review, so much so that she had dyed her hair just for her admiration. So for Nobuko, Nakayama had to win this race.
For the mom, win!
Throughout the spring, the team skipped all graded races, focusing simply on Takarazuka Kine. June 27, 2010, as Buena Vista and earnestly battled side by side in a corner nobody cared about, Nakayama Festa earned the only G1 for Izumi family and the most important victory for Nobuko. After
I feel like he really does understand.
Izumi Shinichi claimed his first G1 for her beloved daughter with a horse that belonged to her.
You know, I feel like she probably was right that he understands. He's probably like way smarter than people probably gave him credit for. He probably understood that this was something important to his mom, so therefore he should push himself.
Members of the Takarazuka Review presented flowers to the winner, thinking of his daughter, who had loved Takarazuka so dearly. Shinichi Izumi was standing in the winner's circle, holding his tears not as an owner, but as a father. After the race, the team announced their next goal that shocked the public.
The ARC.
In the autumn of 2010, Trainer Ninomiya reassembled the same team member he had once taken to Europe. Together with Nakayama Festa, they arrived at the ARC. This time, Japan sent out another strong challenger, Victoria
she's pretty.
Pisa, an elite
Victoria
Shadai bred
Pisa.
horse, proven classic performances, the legendary Take Yutaka in the saddle, the future Alima champion, Dubai World Cup winner.
Oh wow.
Expected Nakayama Festa to outperform him, but
No, the power of mother.
A team name, Sumire,
The family
a reference
love.
to the song When the Violet Bloom, a symbolic song of the Takarazuka Review, Nobuko's favorite. Violet symbolizes modesty and sincerity. It blooms quietly, often in places people overlook. Its appearance is not particularly extravagant. Nakayama Festa is much the same. He had only been purchased for 10 million yen. He was never the most talked about horse. From the
But he was the
beginning,
most loved.
he attracted little attention, so he could only proceed step by step, resilient, persistent, and now, in the land his mother loved so dearly,
That's who it is. That's
that
cute.
small, overlooked violet was about to bloom.
外からマリノス追ってくる大外からはサラヒラの追い込みサラヒラ相手はユームザイそしてワークフォースが打ち中山フェスタワークフォース2頭が並んでいる外からサラヒラさあ中山
Go Nakayama Festa!
フェスタ2番手ワークフォースわずかに先頭ワークフォース先頭中山フェスタ2番手中山フェスタ2番手だワークフォースが制した中山フェスタ頑張りました2番手
Gosh darn it, I was not expecting to cry.
After that, Nakayama's story began to approach its conclusion. After the arc, he entered the Japan Cup as the second favorite, but the arc and Japan Cup is not a great double. Historically, Japanese horses coming straight from the arc rarely perform in JC. Even though Nakayama secured a reasonable position, he failed to accelerate and finished 14th. Afterward, an issue with his foreleg led to skipping the Arimakinen and entered an extended period of rest. In September 2011, Nakayama once
quite-
again traveled to France.
I mean, not
But this
super
time,
recent, but
he
pretty
was
recent
no longer the
in my
horse
brain.
from last year. On the soil that Nobuko loved so deeply, Nakayama Festa brought his career to a close. From the promise of Takarazuka to the journey to Paris, Nakayama Festa went on to have a journey beyond calculation. In Umamusume, he's portrayed as a gambler, a strategist of all or nothing resolve. Yet on the chest of his silk, remind people of a promise from an ordinary horse to his beloved mother. A journey beyond life and death. A song the Takarazuka review still sings again and again. When the violet bloom.
Ah, that makes me sad. I really did not expect to cry. Mostly because, one, it was moving. But also, I just really like the fact that Nakayama Festa was so loved. Makes me happy. But also so sad that she had to pass away and he couldn't really say goodbye himself. But at the very least, you know, he did, I guess, give back to her for her love, considering all the things that happened. And technically, he wasn't really expected to win or anything, but he did it in the end. Did exactly what his mom would have wanted, regardless. I feel like out of all the ones that I've seen so far, I think Nakayama Festa's was the most touching in a way. Like, don't get me wrong, I really liked Rice Showers too. I thought it was really moving as well, and I always felt a lot of anger when I was listening to the in real life lore for her. But I think Nakayama Festa's story is the one that hits my heart the most. I guess that's the best way to put it. Obviously, I haven't seen everyone's yet, so who knows, maybe that could change in the future. But I do feel like this is the one that makes me feel the weakest emotionally. I don't think I can hold it together if I think about it further. But this was definitely the most enjoyable and emotionally moving story that I have heard so far. And then pictures breaking my heart. So anyways, if you enjoyed me going over the in real life lore of Nakayama Festa, my brain's not even working anymore because I'm so sad. I'm not really sad, but more moved. Then be sure to hit the like and comment down below, and of course support the original video. And share my video with friends to spread the fun. You can also get early access and full access to all of my content here on YouTube by joining my squad if you're interested in that. And if not, and if you want to see more Umamusume videos, then be sure to click on the playlist right here on the screen if you want to see more. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully the next one won't make me sob like a baby because I am pretty sure after I stop this recording, I'm just going to sob so I can let it out because it makes me so sad. Nakayama Festa, you're the best. I wasn't really sure how to think of you, but you're definitely my favorite now, unexpectedly. A lot. Even though I kept forgetting who you were in the beginning. I'm sorry about that. You just are better than me. And thankfully, I think by the end of his career, I think Nobuko probably, I think that was her name, right? I think she would have been proud of him. Even though I don't think she cared about whether he won or not, but it probably moved her heart whether they meet in heaven or wherever later down the road. I'm not really sure if Nakayama Festa has already died or if he's still alive, but I guess you guys can let me know if that's the case. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!